the monthly channeled messages. I don't know why. I just wanted to start singing. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you so much to all the supporters, tippers, subscribers, likers, everyone who has just been part of this journey so far. I'm really excited for all of us in February, and I'm excited to channel these messages for you out of your highest and best intention. And I know that I got to ground myself, and I would love to ground with you. So I have my tinctures with me. So if you want to join me in taking 3 deep breaths before we begin, go ahead and close your eyes if it's safe for you to do so. It already wants to go. And go ahead and take a deep inhale and exhale. Taking another deep inhale through the nose and exhaling out. And taking one last deep inhale through the nose as you set an intention for yourself today of why you're here to receive these messages. And exhale out the mouth. And without further ado, I am so, like I said, excited for February. Thank you so much for being here, for being open to receive, because the very first message that kept coming out was breaking the chain and assisting the shift. Like that's what this title is about, right? It's just really breaking the chains within ourselves so that we can break those patterns and we can break these patterns that we don't want to bring into the future. Here it says ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Literally, you are assisting the shift by rewriting the future, by allowing yourself to go within, by taking these moments to allow yourself to just be. Like, really, that's it. Like, be more present, be more intentional, be more conscious, be more aware of your own health. Just really taking this month to focus on that. And when you do that, you're helping build this collective consciousness of healthier people, more conscious people, people who don't want to break or who want to break cycles that have caused suffering in the past, that have caused pain in the past. And you really are a powerful person. Like, you probably needed to hear that, especially maybe if you don't feel like you're powerful, you feel like you're lost, or you're confused, or you don't really know where your next step is in life. This is a reminder for you to remember that you are more powerful than you think. Our ego is very limiting, but that's beautiful of why we're humans. Like, that's part of the human experience. Having an ego is what makes us be human. So really allowing yourself to let go of limiting beliefs right now, focusing on that for the month, just letting yourself break that chain of those limiting beliefs. And some ways that are coming through is just allowing yourself to shift your perspective, really surrounding yourself with people who are in that same mindset that you are achieving. Like, so maybe you want to be able to create healthier connections, then you have to surround yourself with people who also have that intention and value and who are taking action to build healthier connections, because our environment really impacts how we continue day to day. When we see who we surround ourselves with and really be honest with ourselves on who we surround ourselves with, that is a way for you to break that chain of letting go of friendships and relationships that may not be serving you anymore, and understanding that we all have relationships in our lives that are here for a season, and maybe they're here to come in waves, maybe they're only here to be part of our lives for one time. And just understanding that these relationships that come into our lives are a reflection of who we are, what we need to work on, what we're amazing at, and also seeing that different perspective of, the people who you really look up to. That's in you too. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about how they wish that they could be a really good interviewer and ask these really great questions from this podcast called Diary of a CEO with Stephen Bartlett. I've been loving this podcast lately. If you haven't listened to it before, I highly check it out, or I highly recommend to check it out. But they mentioned that, they wish that they could interview like Stephen. And me, because I see the potential in people and I can see that person who I'm talking to achieve that and be that, I know that that's something that could be possible for that person. However, it's up to that person to believe and to shift their perspective to gain the skills to be that interviewer that they're wanting to be, and really allowing themselves to let go of those limiting beliefs that they can't, or it's impossible, or it's hard. That's how we break the chain, y'all. Just getting yourselves outside of those limiting beliefs. And I know it's easier said than done. I've been there. Even me, I have limiting beliefs. Like when I started this YouTube channel and now like where I am today, there have been so many limiting beliefs that I've been going through, like imposter syndrome and feeling like I'm not good enough. Like, who am I to channel these messages? Like, I wasn't trusting of myself. I couldn't really believe in myself. However, when I really stepped into believing that this is what I'm doing, this is who I am, this is the chain that I am breaking now, this is the pattern I'm breaking, then every time you work towards that and take those steps and surround yourself with other people who are doing the same, then that's how you're assisting the shift. And we're all assisting the shift of this collective consciousness rising in vibration, and just rising up in general in our own unique way. Like some people, they do it through art, some people, they do it through a YouTube channel, some people do it through welding or glass blowing or dance. Everyone's unique, everyone's different. However, it's up to you to really take that time to go within and understand that about yourself. When we have these distractions that are telling us like, oh, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're this, it becomes really hard to understand who you are. Like, you know who you are. You really do. We just have to remember. We all are here to remember to the very core essence of who we are as energy, which I believe we're all loved, but as a human, like what brings us joy, what brings us passion, what brings us out of bed every single day. I forgot which podcast episode I was listening to, but somebody asked, Stephen asks in his podcast, what gets you out of bed every day? And so now every day I'm asking myself, what is getting me out of bed today? And today I had the intention to create this live stream and share these messages for you, and so that's what got me out of bed today. It took me a while. I definitely laid in bed for like 2 or 3 hours before I actually got out of bed and did my daily practice. However, I still had that intention. I'm still here now. I'm doing it. I'm taking action, and that's all that matters, and that's what I'm celebrating today. And so this is also a reminder for you to celebrate yourself. Take this month to take a moment to celebrate what you've done in January, or whenever you're listening to this, just whatever month just passed for you, because these messages are timeless. And I really have been practicing celebration more, and it has really helped me shift how I live day to day. I used to be somebody who was always looking at the negative things and like the things I did wrong, quote unquote wrong, which weren't really wrong. They were experiences that I had to experience to learn how I can move forward from them and shift so I can move forward and be more conscious about my actions moving forward. So really taking this time this month to celebrate your wins every day, every week, just whatever feels good for you, and just really allowing yourself to be happy about where you've come and how far you've come in life, because we've gone through so many experiences, each in our own way. And if you're someone who feels like you haven't really experienced much. Ask yourself, do you feel like you haven't really experienced much? Because that's something I also used to experience. Like, I thought I didn't really do a lot. And then when I took the time to really reflect on 2022, I was so overwhelmed with all that I did in just January. So taking that time to just really step into yourself, listen to yourself, and take these moments to just celebrate. Like, it's such a beautiful energy to celebrate. You can either celebrate with yourself, or you can celebrate with loved ones, celebrate with people in person or online, but remembering also to do it for yourself. Something's telling me to tell you to remember to do things for yourself, not to seek external validation. When you do things for yourself, there's no need to have that external validation. There's no need to have a certain amount of likes, or search for a certain amount of comments. It just comes to you when you allow yourself to exude that radiance from your heart space and from your intentional heart space. And so really allowing yourself to be intentional with creating whatever it is that you want to create for this month from a place that you want to feel. Either you want to feel peace, you want to feel joy, you want to feel happiness. It's up to you for whatever you want to create for yourself. But remembering just to practice this and practice this with intention, and it gets easier every time you practice it. All right, I'm going off. I want to definitely look at some soul journey messages right now. If you have water, a friendly reminder to drink some water. I have tea. I've been really blessed to drink some chai tea lately and integrating that into my daily practice. Also, if you're somebody who doesn't have a daily practice right now, I feel like this is the month to start practicing. And there are different ways to practice a daily practice. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes or an hour long. It can be 1 minute every single day, just focusing on inhaling and exhaling, and just noticing how that works for you. Or maybe it doesn't work, and then that's okay. Then you try something else and try something different. That's the beauty of life. You just get to experience so many different things if you choose to. Ooh, humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Wow, look at that. I feel like that really goes hand in hand with the celebration that we were going through with those messages. And just green. Green is all about the heart space. I mean, even this is like a turquoise, blue, green. So bringing more laughter into your life, bringing more joy into your life. I feel like that's why I'm so giddy during this reading, this message that's being channeled, because having this energy and surrounding yourself with this energy of like joy and laughter and humor and seeing the lighter side of things makes life so much easier. Like, would you rather live a life that's dreadful and you get up out of bed every day you're dreading to get out of bed, or would you rather get out of bed every day and be excited for life? And as somebody who's had depression, chronic depression, I totally understand how hard it is to get out of bed whenever you experience that. And I just want to say that I'm not a healthcare provider or a medical professional. If you are experiencing that right now, please go see somebody who you resonate with to help you move through that. And I'm just here to share with my experiences, and my experiences that I have experienced chronic depression before. And so really also embracing those moments where you do feel like it's hard to get out of bed and you feel like you're surviving and you feel like it's so difficult, like you're like trudging through mud or like sludging through bed every single day in this human body. taking the time to embrace those experiences, because it's all part of the healing journey and all part of the shift that you're assisting. You know, I have learned through these experiences in life, my highs and lows and everything in between, that I had to go through those really low points. Like I had to go through my chronic depression to understand and feel what it's like to be at rock bottom several times, so that I could learn how to shift into a higher perspective, to grow and to heal from that, so that the cycle doesn't repeat again. And I do have moments where I feel like I have difficulty getting out of bed. It just doesn't happen as often. And with the perspective that I've allowed myself to shift into, to be more conscious and to be more aware of how I create my life, that has allowed me to embrace those really low points and those really dark moments in my life. Because even today, I mean, well, even this past month in January, like it was really hard for me the past first few weeks of January and 2023. And so taking those moments to rest too, like listening to your body. If you feel like resting, then rest. It's okay. Nobody, excuse me, burping, releasing. Nobody is telling you that you can't rest except yourself. And so I feel like society has taught us, or at least my environment in society has taught us, that hustle, 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 no rest, just keep going, work 60 hours, 70 hours, 80 hours as an entrepreneur. And I'm like, nope. I am breaking the chain, and I'm allowing myself to rest whenever I need to, and I'm allowing myself to do whatever needs to be done for my best health, my mental health, my emotional health, my physical health. And yeah, just allowing yourself to be more in tune with your body. Like that is a really big message that's coming through for this month, is just allowing yourself to also speak up of what you need for yourself. Communicating. First step is, listening to your body, and then if it's needed, communicating that and saying, I feel blank to somebody else, instead of, saying that you're this, you're that. Just really speaking from a place of your own experience, because we can't assume what other people are going through. And that's another way to be more conscious in your relationships for this month, is just practicing communicating with how you feel. I feel this. I feel this. And also noticing when you say I am blank, because I am is your state of being. So for example, if you're tired, instead of saying I am tired, shifting that perspective to saying I feel tired, I am going to rest. And so recognizing when we communicate from a place of how we feel authentically, that also inspires others to be authentic as well, to be vulnerable, to be open. Because when we live in our authentic truth, we inspire others to live in their authentic truth as well. And that's why I also love sharing stories of what I've experienced, because I realize that's my truth. Like the things that have happened in my life, for example, like my chronic depression, that is a truth that I lived in my life. And that's why I am open to share it, and open to share the stories, to maybe help somebody understand that they're not alone. And, oh, you've gone through it too? Oh, okay. Well, I feel like somebody understands what I'm going through. Whew, that's a lot. If these messages are resonating with you, feel free to like and subscribe. I definitely, I'm not done yet. I definitely have a lot more still cooking up and wanting to move through. Definitely, if you want to drink some water, if you have some water, or if some tea, some drinks, some snacks. I have recently made 4-ingredient brownies lately. I am so I'm just so happy. I had bananas, I had cacao powder, and I had almond butter and vanilla extract. And that was it. I was like, wow, that was great. Follow your dreams. Oh, yes. Okay. So 85 in numerology. So 85 with the 8, abundance, 5, change. So a lot of abundance is coming in ways that you are not expecting. Sometimes abundance can look like financially, sometimes abundance can look like relationships, sometimes it can be material, sometimes it can be energetic. And that's what happens when you follow your dreams. And I personally have a lot of dreams. So remembering that even though you have a lot of dreams, it's also important to focus. Focus on the dream that feels best for you at this time. So for me, my dream, become a YouTuber. Make this YouTube a place to be of service to people all around the world, globally, for millions of people. That's what feels good for me right now. And so that's why I'm focusing on it. And I also have dreams to become a real estate investor and to travel the world. Recognizing that even though you have a lot of dreams, you can take this balance and this opportunity to practice balance, to focus your energy on whatever it is that brings you joy, brings you happiness, and what feels good, and what to get you out of bed what gets you out of bed every day. And well, it doesn't even necessarily have to be every day. Like, what gets you out of bed that day? What are your dreams that day? Then you can focus on that, and wherever your focus goes, that's where your energy flows. I think that's a quote. Again, this blue-green, like teal color. Speaking your truth, speaking authentically, conscious communication, and then pink is also from the heart space. So a lot of heart energy this month, which if you are listening to this in February, I mean, it is the love month with Valentine's Day and all that. So really allowing yourself to be vulnerable and honest, first and foremost with yourself. Are your dreams actually the dreams that you want? Asking yourself that. And taking the necessary steps and action to get to those dreams. And every step that you take is a snowball effect to making those dreams come true. So what is it that you want to take action on today? Let me know. Like, I would love to know in the comments below what has been coming up for you as you listen to this reading. Like, I'm being a reflection of you, of this energy, this like higher intention and source energy. And so if there's any ideas that have been coming up for you during this time, let me know. Like, I would love to hear what it is that has been coming up for you as we connect on this energetic level. And again, I'm super open to hear any feedback and any ideas that you have that are coming up. And I'm really grateful for all the beautiful tippers and support that has been coming into my field, and all the beautiful people that have been coming into my field lately to help this community grow and help this channel grow, and to just help each other, be of service for each other. Whenever I receive a tip, I'm really grateful, because that helps contribute to the production costs and to keep this channel going, because I have to buy the editing software, and I have to buy coffee for Wi-Fi, and I have to buy my Canva for thumbnails and graphics. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. Oh, and that's a message I feel like for you too. There's a lot that happens that goes on behind the scenes that you don't see on the screen. So maybe you're an artist, content creator, podcast host. Remembering that there's so much that happens behind the scenes, and you know that, and not everybody needs to see the behind the scenes. But doing the rest, going within, taking these moments to reflect. These are all things that are going on behind the scenes too, that are helping you prepare for whatever your dreams are. And I feel like that's it. I feel like that's the end. Those are the messages that want to be shared for this month. Again, please let me know if there are anything, or there is anything that came up for you that you feel called to share. I am super grateful that you have chosen to be a part of this energetic exchange today. And I have been feeling called to do these monthly, and I'm really excited to continue creating content in February thanks to my tippers from last month. And I am just so grateful. And remember, what gets you out of bed every day? Let me know. I would love to know. What gets you out of bed every day? Or if you have trouble getting out of bed lately, let me know too. Like, it's okay to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. It's okay if you don't have anything that gets you out of bed right now. Just a question, for you to reflect on for your journey, and for you to be able to follow your dreams and get one step closer to whatever it is that you want to create for yourself. So I am Ro. Thank you again so much for being here and for joining me on these monthly messages. I don't know why my voice cracked, but yeah, really working on the throat, communicating from your heart space, speaking those I statements, and facing those uncomfortable conversations that you don't want to face. It's hard, I know, but I believe in you. So again, if you enjoyed these messages and you want to keep up to date, please like and subscribe. And until next time, bye, loves.